I'm Ryan Newman, and since I started with Indiana Donor Network and Driven to Save Lives, I found out that some people think that they can't be an organ donor. The truth is, anyone can sign up to be an organ donor.
Anyone?
Anyone?
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. Anyone can sign up to be an organ donor. So don't count yourself out because somebody's counting on you. Go to driventosavelives.org and sign up today.
But my heart's going to you, Ryan.
Love that shirt.
Welcome to the 34 Motorsports Product Showcase. We're proud to offer the full line of Simpson Racing safety products. The Shark Speedway is a perfect brain bucket to keep your melon as safe as possible. We carry every model and size of Hans device, and these have saved countless lives. The Hybrid Pro Lite is an alternative to the Hans device and is just as effective. The DNA 3-layer suit offers maximum protection when things get hot. And hey dude, those comfy shoes won't help one bit when things go south. Keep those hands ready to work with a pair of Vortex FIA gloves meeting every current standard. From 5 to 7 points, we carry every one of the Simpson harnesses, keeping your rear end right where it should be. Keep all your gear clean and together with the helmet and FHR bag, and always be ready to hop in a race car. Visit 34motorsports.com and order today.
If there's one thing every car guy hates, it's cleaning the garage. Do you want to take most of the time and hassle out of that job? Then call Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey. Agnes and her crew will have your garage, shop, basement, or even your porch looking great all the time. With unique patterns and designs, plus the ability to incorporate your logo or any artwork, your space will never have looked better. Installation is done in 1 day, guaranteed, and Zone Garage offers a 20-year warranty on the top coat. Their coatings are durable, anti-slipped, and impact resistant. Give them a call at 570-856-6067. That's 570-856-6067 for Zone Garage of Eastern Pennsylvania and New Jersey.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another night of iRacing action here on the National Racing Network, where tonight the stars and cars of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship will invade your screens. My name is Chris Graham with the National Racing Network. It is a pleasure to have you hanging out with us here this evening as we get ready to roll, and qualifying actually already getting underway here. There we go. Now we got the graphics up for you. Joined in the booth, as always, by Mr. James Watson, but the crazy part about tonight is James is going to be in the car. He's qualifying as we speak. Give me just a second here, and we'll pull up. Let's see. Let's take a look. Okay, well, James is not out on the racetrack, so let's pick up Everett Paddock, who's gone quick time here in qualifications to start things off. Brian Karszewski, Nate Camargo, Ted Burns, Mike Long, Mike Holler all have times, but a new quick time, Andrew Berry, at a 21.29 second lap. Lap number 2 for Paddock as he's getting ready to come across Lap number 2, even faster, 21.23, 21.230, and Ted Burns goes even faster. 21.218 seconds. These guys are hauling the mail around here. Pick up Nagisa Yoshikawa as he is working on lap number 2. Let's slide down. We'll also, here we go. We're going to have the man himself, Mr. James Watson. Bring him up here on the side-by-side. Lap number 2 on the board for Nagisa Yoshikawa. Quick time. Let's pick up James Watson and get the onboard here as he's working through 21.202. What a run by Nagisa Yoshikawa. James Watson over the line for lap number 2. That's going to be good for 4th quick, 21.236. How about 7 cars within a 1/10 of a second? Teddy Burns, the winner 1 week ago. Good Lord, he's going to be 2nd quick by 1/100th of a second, 2 100ths. James, welcome back into the booth. Good Lord, man, this is going to be exciting, intense, crazy, a little bit of everything.
I'm just happy that I didn't screw up my qualifying for once. Man, like this TWRS setup has had some serious pace all week long. Like I took the pole in the Wednesday night 9:15 one with 21.138, which I think, if it's not the fastest, it's the one of the fastest times in the week. So there's some serious speed in this car. I just, for once, finally got to show how good it was instead of qualifying mid-pack like a moron.
Well, I tell you what, it's a good run, and quite frankly, you've got to be pretty happy here. Team Watson Racing setups and Team Watson Racing and your affiliated teams own the top 4 positions overall in the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. David Porcelli basically has to show up for this week and the next 2 weeks, and he will have claimed the championship. A 215-point lead over Chris Preston. That is abject insanity. Porcelli, Preston, followed by Nagisa Yoshikawa and Kylo Ciacelli, and we've got a great battle that's shaping up here. From Nagisa on back to 7th place, Everett Paddock. So 3rd through 7th is separated by like 130 points or something like that. There's still a whole lot to play for down the stretch here in this one.
Yeah, I'm just so proud of everyone on this team. Like I'm so blessed to be surrounded with such incredible and incredibly gifted people to join this team. Like this shop, this team, this person is nothing without everyone that jumps on and runs the logo and this awful color scheme. So I'm just happy. I'm blessed.
Well, let's take a look at the starting lineup here. Nagisa Yoshikawa will be your pole sitter with a lap time of 21.202. Ted Burns, 15 thousandths of a second back, going to occupy the outside of road number 1. Everett Paddock and Kylo Ciacelli on road number 2. James Watson, Jason Owens on road number 3. Well, a lot of heavy iron there in row 3. Andrew Berry and Carl Lemkuhl on row 4. A little bit surprising to see Andrew Berry as far back as 7th on the grid here. One of the 2 dominant cars in the TNT Shock Series we saw here on Tuesday night. Wes Shire, the winner on Tuesday night in the TNT Shock Series, going to line up 9th alongside Brian Karszewski. Nick Camargo and Russ Addy will occupy row number 6 here this evening. Row 7 going to have Dylan Vilashinsky and Mike Long, Mike Holler, and Greg Laborde on row number 8. And Jairo Escobar out of Florida, all alone there on row number 9. Total of, I believe, 35, 36 cars on the entry list for tonight's 60-lap event here at the Iowa Speedway. Rusty Wallace was the designer of this place going back, gosh, I want to say 2005, I guess, was when they announced it, 2004. Eventually opened up in 2008. He said, Richmond is perfect. We're going to make it better. Make it 7/8 of a mile. Put more banking on the front stretch. Bigger banking in the corners. And it basically made a super speedway miniaturized, especially here for these Indy Pro 2000 cars there, James.
Yeah, Iowa is the best oval for open wheel cars that is not shaped like a brick. This track is just incredible. Like I don't think I've ever not had fun when I've driven something that doesn't have fenders around this place. And like it always puts on a show, being able to watch the Iowa from with the NRN badges for the real life stuff.
Yes, this place is going to be fun. We'll talk a little bit about what Iowa Speedway has coming up this season too, but fields making their way off of turn number 4. As always, race fans, the start of the Indy Pro 2000 Championship is going to be all yours.
That's what you want to see. 3 wide on lap 1.
3 wide battle for the race lead. Good Lord, Kylo Ciacelli's claimed 2 wins in the broadcast oval races this season. He wants to close it out perfect, going 3 for 3. Big early on here. He's up 2 spots to run in second. Things starting to settle in. Oh man, we may have had a couple of cars bounce off the outside wall. A little bit deeper in the pack here. Let's see. That looks like an absolutely insane battle deeper in the pack. Ryan Karshevsky going to be side by side, I believe. Yeah, that's going to be with Mike Long, Greg Laborde there as well. So race leaders, I'll say starting to everybody's single file. I guess, James, this is kind of what you want to see at this point in the race if you're up front.
Yeah, you don't want to deal with any chaos and craze right now. You just want to get some laps in and try to save some tire.
Yeah, that's going to be a big storyline over the course of the night, is how much can you save for later in the race. It's easy to slide the car up towards the exit of the turn too long. That puts a ton of pressure on those Cooper tires at the fronts there.
Yeah, tire wear has been astronomically high all week. The 915, I finished with 53% left on my right front, and that was a P2.
See Russ Addy coming around, Dylan Vilashinsky. Now Vilashinsky going to cross over back down to the inside as Kylo Ciacelli makes the move in turn 3 and grabs the race lead. New race leader, first one on the board for Kylo Ciacelli. Early trouble for Mike Holler. He is the car that bounced it off the outside safety barrier exit turn number 4. Holler down 2 spots, now back in the 17th position as the battle's going to stay crazy here at the front of the field. Kylo trying to hold off Teddy B. May not work that time. Oh man, that was close. Yoshikawa almost coming down on top of Everett Paddock. Another battle that's ongoing here is the battle for the broadcast championship. We've been using the old F1 point system, only awarding the top 6. David lead over Chris Preston. Preston doesn't run the oval, so this week's gonna hurt him. But Everett Paddock only 4 points back of Preston. Ted Burns 2 points back of Everett Paddock. It's basically like a 15-point gap from 2nd to 7th in the standings. Oh, we got James Watson bouncing it off the outside wall.
And that's...
How badly
Never
is
failed.
the car there, James? Well, looks like possibly jumped as we've
Yep.
got James Watson.
Yep,
heading
I'm
down
done.
the lane.
That's just well.
Tell you what, but tough break. What happened there? Just kind of a little bit of a push coming off of turn 4.
No, I'm pretty sure Carl netcoded into me.
That's becoming a work I'm seeing across even some of the other leagues that we broadcast. Netcode feels like it's just getting ugly. I don't know if it's network connections or what, but Right now, we've got a big pack of cars here at the front of the field. Jason Owens with a big drive here. He's up to third. Owens has not had the season on the ovals that he might have hoped for, trying to pick up and redeem that side by side, just back behind. That's going to be Andrew Berry into Nagisa Yoshikawa. Oh man, I thought Owens was going to have a big look down to the inside. Thought about making it 3 wide up the gut, but Owens down the inside, 2 turns for second. Inside of Kylo Ciacelli for the race lead. Owens had to back out of it through 3. Man, that was cool.
Yeah, that was a nasty wiggle.
That was going to be side by side with Everett Paddock. And I'll tell you what, James, all of this fighting right at the very sharp pointy end of the field has now brought everybody back into this one. It is a pile of race cars running here at the front.
Yeah, this is what we want to see. This is one mistake and we're going to lunch like all the contenders.
Oh, don't say that.
Oh, Everett in the wall.
Oh, Everett Paddock, yeah, Everett Paddock bounces off the outside wall. Same kind of deal, exiting turn number 4. That's going to hurt his chances here as he slides back to the back.
He's got a meatball too. Oh, and a meatball for Yoshikawa as well.
Oh, tough break there. Let's go on board here. Pick up Jason Owens.
Oh, big wreck. Oh, man.
Oh, we've got carnage out on the racetrack. Trouble for Nagisa Yoshikawa. Let's take a look here and see if we can see what happened.
More netcode. Less on Yoshikawa.
Oh, that's not what we want to see. See what happened here. Westshire, Nagisa Yoshikawa down the back straightaway. Oh, that wasn't even close. Absolutely brutal netcode for Nagisa Yoshikawa. He backs it into the outside safer barrier in turn number 3. Several cars going to come down pit lane now, including Jason Owens. He's going to be the Pied Piper on this one, leading everybody just about down pit lane. Kylo Ciacelli, Ted Burns, Russ Addy, Mike Holler, all going to stay out on the racetrack. I'm going to say not necessarily the most interesting of calls here, James. We've got 20 laps on the tires. This basically gives you a chance to say, I don't have to think about tires the rest of the way.
Yep. Yeah, this works out for a lot of people right now.
Is it almost a bigger question of why you didn't come down pit lane?
Yeah, especially because the track is high usage. Like, it was tight, a lot tighter than it's been all week. So I could feel the right front screaming even more than it was earlier.
I believe we're going to get the 1 to go signal this time by. But we will endeavor to speak with Jason Owens here. Let's see if the lights go out on the iRacing safety car. No, we're going to get one more lap under the caution flag. So let's see if we can't talk to Jason Owens here very quickly. And Jason, welcome into the booth here. What are you thinking with the pit stop here? Kind of, James and I were discussing the possibility that just kind of eliminates the thought of tire saving.
Chris, I was down to 85% both right sides. It is so hot out on this track, Tim, and we're running so aggressively, we're just destroying the tires. So, I mean, down 15% in 18 laps, I'm worried some of these guys up front might be meatball territory by the end if we go green from here. And I mean, really, I lost 2 spots, and I've got fresher tires than everybody in front of me, so I'll take it.
All right, buddy.
I do want to shout out to Everett. I'm sorry for the hip check there coming off of 4.
Yeah, unfortunately, he got another bigger one than that, too. But tough break there. All right,
Yeah.
good luck, Jason. Hopefully we're talking to you again a little bit later on here in this one. So there you go. There's Jason Owens. Yeah, that was kind of the call. I tell you what, James, I have to wonder if we get another caution with 20 to go, do you come back in and take tires?
Depending on where you are, I think so. Like, it's just ridiculously high. You're just absolutely murdering them. So if you're mid-pack, you got nothing to lose. Take it.
I'll tell you what, I see where these guys are coming from. Looking at the track conditions, 72-degree ambient, 72% humidity, winds swirling a little bit, but basically, well, kind of going north to south at times here, but partly cloudy skies, a 99-degree track temperature. That's kind of ridiculous, quite frankly. And not as high as what we saw. I think the highest we ever saw was in Ezra at Sonoma when they hit 125. But this is really hot on one of these ovals. As it is, it's tough on tires.
On top of the fact that it had high usage. Like, a high usage oval is a cheese grater to these things. And like my car was perfect earlier in the week, but yeah, I was tight as all could be.
So single file restarts here in the Indy Pro 2000 Championship for the officials. So everybody's going to get snuggled up to the outside safer barrier, prevent the outside pass before the start-finish line. You can pass to the inside once you cross the line. So a well-timed jump by Ted Burns could get him there. It's a little bit sketchy to try and pull that one off, though. Interesting, we also don't have David Porcelli in the race tonight. So with no
I
Chris
noticed
Preston
that too.
And no Porcelli, this was potentially a big night for Nagisa Yoshikawa. Unfortunately, he is going to finish at 16 as the green flag comes back out onto the racetrack. My goodness, this is a hornet's nest going on back here. Top 3 able to break away. Wes Shire leads Andrew Berry. Jason Owens and Mike Holler going to be side by side into 4. Oh, that's so tight coming off the corner. Holler had to back out a little bit. Nick Camargo going to be right up under the rear wing of Holler's car, but now Holler's going to get the good run down the front stretch. Oh, we've got one car spinning back in the pack. Take a look
the 12.
That was. Yeah, that was the 12 of Jairo Escobar going around in turn number 4. Let's take a look, see if we can see what happened to the 12 machine of Escobar. He was running all by himself. Man, back end steps out, low downforce, little bit of a touch. May not have gotten the left front tire into the wall, but this puts us under the caution for the second time, and now the question becomes, do any of these guys at the front come down pit lane?
I know I am.
You're still there, aren't you?
No, I'm actually back out on the track.
Oh, look at that. It shows how much I pay attention to my broadcast partner here.
Still kicking 12 laps down. There's still hope yet. I just need everyone to crash like we hypothesized in the beginning, and then give me about 20 minutes, and then I'll be taking the checker flag.
Yes. There's still hope for James Watson somewhere. I'm not sure what planet that's going to be on. Mike Holler, the only car coming down pit lane. Well, Carl Lemkool is on pit lane, as is Jairo Escobar. Everett Paddock is on pit lane. Nagisa Yoshikawa is on pit lane. But both of those guys, I would think, are going to be out of this race. Stephen C. Thompson checking in here with a bit of a contrarian point here, James. He's saying tires aren't worth it.
Oh no, they were worth it. In Monday's race.
Yeah,
especially when you're at like 50% you're not able to drive this car whatsoever. Or if you were down to like 70 or 80, you could hold on to it decently, but once it drops below 60%, it's dead. You've got absolutely nothing. And it's only gonna get worse from there.
Well, we'll see. Nobody else going to come down pit lane this time, so we should get the one-to-go signal next time by the start-finish line. Kind of thank everybody that's tuned in on YouTube and on Twitch here tonight. Make sure you get us a shout-out. Let us know in the comments where you're watching from. Who are you pulling for? Chris Preston, you got to run the ovals, man. We got to get you on the oval side of things here. But
Here, here.
Currently, we're now in the House of Commons as well.
Be thankful I didn't say dilly dilly.
Let's see. There we go. Probably that was the issue. Seeing a comment coming in that I had to fix my mic. Do I sound terrible or something here?
You sound a little different than normal.
Okay.
But
Well,
I just thought that was an issue on my end.
it's probably me. So let's take a look here. Is field making their way back? They should get the one to go. Oh yeah, it sounded like you were at the end of a hall. Well, probably because I was. I had my mic turned down a little too much here.
We are now going to 2 to green.
Okay, so 2 to green this time. And I'll tell you what, this burns off, the cautions burn off a lot of laps here. We're already at the halfway point. It'll be cross flags next time by the start-finish line for race leader Kylo Ciacelli.
Well, some people are.
Some people are 12 laps down because of their own knuckleheadedness.
It was not my fault. I got neck-coated into the wall. Like full-on yeet.
So coming up, we have 2 races left after this season, and actually we're in discussions with the community managers because, well, quite frankly, we will not be on the air next Thursday. It is American Thanksgiving, and your producer and play-by-play guy will be full of turkey, probably beer, and maybe some other fun things. So we'll put a post up this week on the social medias with what night we're going to run the SOF race from Daytona International Speedway. Down to just 2 weeks left in the season, following it up the last week of November with a visit to Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. I love Mosport. Actually, I think the Daytona Oval, or the Daytona Road Course, is going to be fun in these cars too. So coming back to green, this time by green flag back in the air. This comment's going to get on the air. First, though, let's take a look a little bit further back in the pack here. Andrew Berry having the look inside of West Shire. There's a couple of decent battles going on out here on the racetrack. Looks like Barry's going to get that pass completed. Oh, man, there's some net coding stuff going on in the back here as well. Hornet's nest of race cars making their way off at turn number 2. Race leader Kylo Ciacelli settling in a little bit. Call it 2.5 car lengths as they get off at turn number 4. Oh, yeah, one car bouncing it off the outside wall. I believe, gosh, that may have been either Mike Long or Greg Laborde. I think it was Mike Long that hit the wall off of turn number 4. Oh, man, things are tight here at the back of the pack.
You're telling me. Right, if we can get like 1/2 field melee with before 12 laps to go, I'd sure appreciate that.
Well, let's see if it's going to happen here as Ted Burns looking outside of Kylo Ciacelli with 26 to go. Oh, my goodness. Okay, hold on. We got 2 comments we have to get on the air here. 90210 owned. Thanksgiving was last month. You know, when things are actually harvested. Dumb Americans. No. Okay. Dante Dandria checking in. Let's go, Ciacelli. Have my babies. I love you. Okay.
Well, good for Kylo.
Yeah, get after it, bud. And definitely getting after it here at the front of the field, able to hold off Ted Burns to this point. Kylo has led 31 laps to this point in the race. Taking a little bit of a different line than we're seeing Ted Burns run as well. Teddy B really sliding the car up to the outside of the racetrack. Oh, man. His corner entry there almost got into Kylo Ciacelli. Able to square the car back off, but Russ Addy, Andrew Berry, Jason Owens, Wes Shire, they're just sitting back there licking their chops. They are closing back in. The gap that the 2 at the front had is now gone. Call it 6 cars battling for the lead as we get to turn 1. Berry inside of Russ Addy. He'll complete that pass by the time they get to turn number 1. Ted Burns just not able to do anything with Kylo Ciacelli. Wonder if there's almost a little bit more downforce on Ted's car tonight. I mean, I would think, James, that you're probably A1 here, correct? And that's the wing settings available on the car.
Yeah, and even with the high tire wear tonight, I really don't think the higher downforce would help you out with as much that you'd be losing on the straightaway, since you're pretty much are flat out around here.
Burns looking to the outside. Andrew Berry up to 3rd. He's picking and choosing. Who does he go with? Where does he make the move? Russ Addy at this point able to hold off Jason Owens, so Owens has not benefited a huge amount from getting the tires. However, that may not be the case the later we get into this run. Andrew Berry also has those fresh Cooper tires. Kind of a great spot here for Andrew to be sitting in, James, because he's got fresh tires. He doesn't have to push. And he can just kind of afford to be patient, at least for a little bit.
Yeah, he thinks they may be a bit of a sitting duck.
Although he said that, and he darn near got 1 and 2 going into turn number 1. Berry, again, going to have the peak, but he's not going to get any drafting help. He's taking a little bit of a tow from Ciacelli, the race leader, as Ted Burns continues to have to run that outside lane. Things starting to get a little twitchy, little squirrely here at the front of the field. Oh, there was almost contact. Andrew Berry may have bounced it off the wall. I think there was contact between Berry and Kylo Ciacelli. Everybody is still at speed right now, but good Lord, that was tight getting to turn number 1. Now Jason Owens having to look outside of Berry. He's still going to be there at the exit of turn number 4. Ted Burns grabs the race lead off of turn 4. On cue, Teddy B grabs the lead as Ben Carswell says Ted needs one of them Team Watson racing setups. Well, maybe not. Ciacelli back to the inside, 2 by 2 at the front of the field. Pace laps at 165 miles an hour here around the Iowa Speedway as we're down to 12 to go. big contact. We're going to wad him up into turn number 1. Caution flag will come out once again. At least it should come out with 10 to go. Maybe not. We're going to stay green. Everybody kept it rolling. Russ Addy was involved in that one. My goodness. Now Jason Owens looking outside of Kylo Ciacelli. How did that not bring out a caution?
I don't know.
I'll take it. Down to 10 to go. That means we're going to have a 10-lap shootout. 3 cars battling for the race lead. Andrew Berry, Wes Shire running in 4th and 5th. They're side by side as well. Ciacelli back down to the inside. Now it's Jason Owens that has the fresher tires, kind of sitting there waiting to see what's going to happen. I think Andrew Berry may have gotten a piece of that contact. Oh, and Ted Burns goes around. Burns hard into the outside wall. That will bring out a caution flag. Untouched. Unfortunately for Ted Burns, that will be the end of the night. A little twitch, and that's all she wrote. Hard contact with the left front into the outside, safer barrier. Exiting turn number 4. That puts Ted Burns back on pit lane. And I think with it's what, 5 laps for a caution? We should get the green flag with, I believe, 3 to go. Ooh, a little bit of drama and strategy here. Andrew Berry making his way down pit lane. He was the dominant car on Tuesday night in the TNT Shock Series, one of the 2 dominant cars. But as he'll come in and hit his box, we'll look back to the front of the field and pick up race leader Kylo Ciacelli. Absolute heartbreaker for Ted Burns. That car was fantastically quick all night long. Oh, let's try to catch our breath here. Take a look at some of the championship implications here. Kylo Ciacelli was 44 points back of Nagisa Yoshikawa entering tonight's race. That's doable based on Yoshikawa finishing in 17th. If Kylo is able to pick up his 3rd consecutive win on the ovals this season, definitely something that could be in play here. Actually, quite a few drivers in the top 10 in points not entered in the race here tonight. David Porcelli is not here. Chris Preston is not here. Nicholas Daly is not here. Brian Labarge, I don't know if he's here or in the lower split.
Second split.
Yeah, he's second split. Stephen C. Thompson, same thing. He is not running tonight. Richard Holt is not running tonight. But again, they could be second splits because this goes off of your oval iRating. Not many of these guys at the front of this field run enough oval races to keep the iRating high enough. You kind of have to get it there and just leave it, I guess. Got you a quick peek there at James Watson in the... Well, one screen has him in the Pizza at the Pagoda colors. The other has him in the Team Watson Racing colors. I'm not sure which has not updated via trading paints yet, but...
Whatever the one is showing the TWR colors, I still have the Pizza at the Pagoda scheme.
Okay, there you go. Well, We just tried updating that one. Stephen C. Thompson saying 140 on Monday's win. I'm on night shift. Well, thank you very much for tuning in and hanging out with us here. Good Lord, this has been a little bit crazy. And let's see, yeah, lights are out. So with 3 laps to go, I guess the question now is, when does Jason Owens make the move? I would think he's going to have to do it pretty quickly.
If they're not side by side entering turn 3, I will be shocked.
Yeah, Owens wants an oval win. He lives for oval week here in the PM18s. And he's going to have Wes Shire back behind him. They are in the same Discord, so they can talk to each other. Kylo Ciacelli is not in that room at the moment. That one's going to be interesting. Got to wait for the pace car to pull off before you pass Kylo Ciacelli. Green flag back in the air. We are underway with 3 laps to go here at Iowa. Dylan Vilashinsky getting around Carl Lemkool. They'll battle side by side. Couple of battles back deep in the pack here. Man, I'll tell you what, Owens is going to have to get on the horse and do it quickly here if he wants a shot at the race leader.
Ooh, there's contact here in the back of the pack.
Yep, a little bit of contact back there. I think that may have been Andrew Berry that got a piece of that. Man alive, that car of Kylo Ciacelli absolutely coming alive on this final restart. Jason Owens is 5, 6, 7 car lengths back at the white flag. This race all but over so long as Kylo Ciacelli does not spin himself in 3 and 4. A little bit twitchy at the mid-corner, but it won't matter. Twin checkers in the air. 3 for 3. Kylo Ciacelli gets the win at Iowa. Good Lord, was that race over in a hurry. 35 minutes, 30 seconds. Oh, and some post-race shenanigans here. Not sure what that one was about. Let's take a look here and see what happened. Dante D'Andrea saying the sexy man does it again. Sure. Okay, I'll give you that. Yeah, that was a big old punterino there from Andrew Berry. Good.
Yeah, that's not a great look.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the rationale was there, but good Lord. All right, we'll get ready for some interviews here. Let's see, we wait for Kylo Ciacelli to pop in here. We'll get ready and we'll start our interviews here with our 3rd place finisher this evening. Let's bring them on up here and let's talk to Wes Shire, our 3rd place finisher here this evening. I'll tell you what, Wes, nice run there in car number 6 tonight. The Tales from Rukon Homestead coffee car was pretty darn good tonight.
Pretty darn lucky is more like it. I had no pace, and I went very much the wrong direction on Arrow there. That was not a good call. The only reason I was that high was the various incidents and other stuff. That was not my race. I got lucky on that one.
Well, when you say you went the wrong direction on the aero adjustment, was that putting more aero into the car or less?
Yeah, I put a bit more in thinking that it would be looser with the hotter track temps, it wasn't. It was tighter. So putting more rear in only exacerbated the problem. Luckily, I got that caution early on, so I could at least throw a couple pounds of tire pressure change at it. It helped, but definitely not enough. It's probably 10th place car if that went green all the way, at best.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was a good run here for you tonight. Congratulations on it. And before we let you go, get all the plugs and thank yous taken care of.
Yeah, as always, got to thank you guys for the broadcast. Got to thank Homestead Coffee for just everything. And they don't know that I give them all this credit and all this money, but definitely worth it. Keeps me up till 4 in the morning to watch the Macau Grand Prix tonight, that's for sure. And, of course, shout out to my other self, Friday nights, Tales from Rukon, 7:30 p.m. in Twitch. It's a real good time, live D&D.
All right, buddy. Well, thank you much. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And, man, that was an interesting night. Let's bring up our runner-up finisher here, Mr. Jason Owens. And I'll tell you what, Jason, that I think the call for tires was good, but maybe not as good as you thought it was going to be.
Oh, no, it was. There's some self-preservation that exists in real life that doesn't exist in iRacing that I'm just saying that there's certain moves that wouldn't be tolerated in real racing that are on iRacing. I'll probably just leave it at that tonight.
Well, that's interesting. What's the, I guess, the best finish you've had so far in the ovals here?
Well, this season, but I won
season.
WWT last week, so last season. I will say, if I'm ever in those situations again, I won't lift like I did tonight, and I'll leave it at that.
Oh, look at that! This sounds like we've got a whole bunch of spice coming out of this one here, James.
Because I'm sure you caught what happened after the flag, so.
Yes. We saw that one.
All I will say is that I wouldn't do that, but it was deserved from my perspective.
Okay, then. Well, there we go. We will discuss with... well, wait. Before we let you go, you've got a bunch of sponsor plugs and thank yous. Yeah, Chris Preston is saying, do you mean Barry intentionally crashing into Kylo or what? Just say it.
Everybody saw it. I'll say it. Like, I mean... If you want to drive like that, you get what you give. So, I mean, it'll come back around, and it'll be karma, and that'll be a life lesson, right? Like, I don't generally drive like that, but I will in the future.
All right, bud. Well, before we let you go here, get all the sponsor plugs and thank yous in.
Yeah, just thanks again, Chris. Obviously, NRN for putting on these shows. Hopefully, we can get you guys back next season if the community raises it. Excited for the dual USF PM18 schedule. Hopefully that drives some additional participation. Obviously, shout out to Riley Children's Hospital, Children's Miracle Network Hospitals. I think we raised over $2 million last weekend for children's hospitals around the country, which is pretty damn awesome. And thanks again for putting on the good show. And hopefully we can put on a good show next season at the 2 oval races we have.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. Hopefully we're back on the air for those. And let's bring in our race winner now, because the comments are getting spicy. The chat apparently was getting a little spicy. Kylo Ciacelli, first and foremost, congratulations. 3 for 3 in the broadcast Indy Pro 2000 races this season. Congrats, man.
Unbelievable scenes, Chris. I told you on Tuesday I was going for it. I didn't think it was real. A lot of really quick guys, and I just ended up being quicker, which was fantastic for me.
Well, it sounds like the chat got a little bit spicy in Sim. The comments are getting a little bit here as well. Man, talk us through kind of the night here. It seems like there's potentially some hurt feelings around all over the place, but to me, it's kind of a product of how you have to race the racetrack at Iowa.
The results speak for themselves, Chris. The win tonight for me was clearly the right thing, and I stand by everything I did tonight. I knew what I had to do, and I did it.
Talk to us a little bit real quickly about after the checkered flag. Obviously, Andrew came through and kind of torpedoed you. Being that it's a broadcast race, there's some other potential complications there, but is that something that's, I mean, the sporting code says it's protestable. Is that something that crosses your mind?
It definitely is. I don't think it was called for in the slightest. The same incident keeps repeatedly happening to Andrew, and he doesn't seem to want to change how he races. So I don't know what he expects from us, and whatever he wants to do on the track is fine, and whatever I do off is my own as well.
All right, bud. Well, hey, congratulations once again. This moves you into second place in the broadcast championship standings here with 2 races to go. You are 18 points back of David Porcelli. You could possibly claim a broadcast series championship here as well. But don't look too far, though, because teammate Chris Preston's only 3 points back of you here with 2 to go.
No, that's definitely not my goal. My goal is done for the season pretty much. I've got my 8 weeks. I've got my 3 oval weeks. And whatever else happens is just better results for me. I have a couple of weeks that I can improve on for sure. So we're going to keep going at Daytona and in Mosport and get the results. But to be up this close in the championship is it's humbling for sure.
All right, bud. Well, congratulations once again. And before we let you go, make sure you get all those sponsor plugs and thank yous taken care of as well.
Yeah, of course. Shout out to you guys at NRN. Love the work that you do and love keeping getting this out to the people every week. Thanks, of course, to Limo Boys Racing and my spotter tonight, Chris. He doesn't do the over weeks, but he does take the time to spot for me, which is nice. And, of course, the incredibly fast race car Team Watson Racing provided for me. Unbeatable all week. 3 races in, 3 race wins, probably 95% of the laps led in the races it's competed in. So just dominant from them. And, of course, title sponsors, DeChaco Farms and everybody else, Pit Piper, Petro-Canada, and the Cannabis Retail Store. Thanks, guys.
All right, bud. Well, thank you much, Kylo. We appreciate you checking in with us here. And, man, I'll tell you what, James, I knew we were going to get some spice. I wasn't ready for everything we got here tonight.
Yeah, that's... I don't even know what to say about all that.
Yeah, I don't know. I saw a lot of hard racing on the ovals, and obviously Iowa's going to kind of breed that. It's a lot of pack-type racing. It's especially with how the track conditions were tonight. Passing was going to be difficult. Defending was going to be important. We saw a whole lot of both tonight.
Yeah, like I said, Iowa never fails to put on a show. I don't think we've done any race with this car here that wasn't an absolute barn burner. So it's always cool to be here and always a lot of fun.
Well, we may get to chat a little bit more this weekend, James, because coming up Saturday and Sunday on the National Racing Network, the season finale for the Real World Spec Corvette Series from Chuckwalla Raceway in California, Chuckwalla Valley Raceway in California. I'm excited, man. I love getting to hear those Corvette V8s absolutely screaming. That place out in the middle of the desert, not a ton of elevation change, but my God, does it look fast. We're looking forward to that one in a big way. Coming up next week, it's Thanksgiving week, so our Ezra's League is off, as is the Sim Racers Club. We will have the Indy Pro 2000 Championship. We got to figure out what night of the week that's going to broadcast, but it will be early in the week, Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm thinking hopefully Tuesday, but we'll see. We'll get the posts out on social media to let you know when to look for it. But until then, we've got to go see what the spice that's going on here in the voice chat is right now. For James Watson and everybody here at the National Racing Network that makes these shows happen, my name is Chris Graham. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We will talk to you all on Saturday. See you later, everybody.